Alrighty, what is up everyone? wdrumz here. We're about to do another Element Path Guide overall figurine review. This time we're going to do the Fire. So let's begin. So first off, we've got the new Fire Swapper that came with the actual starter pack. Blast Zone, Blast and Furious. Let's put them on here. Alright, so paths-wise, we've got the Ignition Path, which is where, for the top by the way, where the bomb catches fire and flame bombs do even more damage, and then you have the Reaction Satisfaction path. Create a full circle with the flame breath, and then it causes a massive explosion, and then, let's see, and then it increases the damage and all that for the ring. So I believe I chose the Ignition path. I love how the bomb's already on fire. Does a lot of damage, very useful. And then you have the Fuel Injected path for the bottom, where you can shoot like fire blast out while you're flying and gliding around. It's alright. But I like the Temperatures Rising path the best because you get a flame shield around you, so all you have to do is just dash a little bit and you get the shield, and it lasts for a good amount of seconds, and you can be in front of the enemy and attack them, and you have a full-blown defense mechanism as well in case they get up close. It's kind of like what Fryno has, which I'll talk about later, is he has this kind of like fire, flame aura kind of heat thing around him too that makes him impervious to like frontal attacks. And overall though, Blast Zone is a great figurine. I didn't like him at first. Once you actually level him up and get him on some paths, he actually is a really fun character. He's like Bomberman's dad. And you have really no choice whether to buy him or not because he comes with the starter pack. So, yeah, you're stuck with him. But I think he's a great character, a must-have for any Skylander fan. So, let's go to the next one. Oh, we've got the next Fire Swapper, Fire Kraken. Burn to be wild! So let's put him on there. I love this dude, man. Got him at Toys R Us, I was so ecstatic. Alright, so we've got the Showcase path, which is where our Talisman attack for the top does a lot more damage, and then it does like a, it does like a large explosion thing. And then the other one is the Magnificent Parade path, a lot of fun as well. That one I feel is more story mode based. I tried in PvP, they're both fun. I like the Showcase better because I like whacking people with the magic stick. Do not take that in any other context than what I meant. But so the Magnificent Parade path though is a really cool defense mechanism because you could be in PvP and while you're attacking you just shoot the parade, it goes and it's like shooting it and it just keeps going at the enemy if you have the path. You see, the thing is with this path though, it goes longer and stronger and stuff, but you get the fireworks sparkles coming out, but it really doesn't do that much. Maybe for story mode, but I feel your dragon is phenomenal by itself even. So that's why I feel the Showcase path is better for the top. The bottom, you have the Stunning Sparkler path, which is where you get speed increased, and then the big one explodes now, and then also you get to do a spin attack that does a larger damage in the more damage in a larger area, it says. So that one I enjoyed a lot because you get more abilities with your tail. You get to actually like spinning, and then you have the Booming Bouncer path. See, the problem is when you jump, you get like these little sparks and stuff that come out of it. I find that kind of useless overall. It really wasn't that worth it in the end. I did not like that one as much. But then you hold the tail and you get like an actual fuse on your tail for the big one attack, which is really cool. But I feel it's more useful for story mode. So I'm going to say I love the Stunning Sparkler path more. But yeah, let me know on that one. That's still debatable for the bottom. I'd love to hear your comments on that one. Figurine overall, I would say, once again, a must-buy. I think all the swappers mostly are. This guy is tremendous. I love the whole uniquitude of him, how he shoots all these Chinese New Year like dragons out and these fireworks. I just think it's really playful what they did. And then he's got the Chinese New Year dragon armor. They really did a great job creating him. Beautiful looking figurine as well. So I'd say a must-have. Oh, now we've got Series 3 Lava Barf Eruptor. Born to burn. Alright, so we've got either the Magmanter path, which is where it increases his flame ball attacks, and they get like faces and they get bigger. Decent, but they don't have enough of a range. Like, I feel like I can't aim with them. If I could aim with them, he'd be so much more brutal doing this. But he just aims like a mindless fool. But then you have the Vulcaner path, I think is how you pronounce it. And that is amazing. You get a faster eruption time. You get all these baby volcanoes coming out of it at the end that last for a while. I think overall, Vulcaner path is the must-have one. And the Soul Gem, I feel, got a little bit better with Swap Force. Maybe that's just me. I feel they actually did something with it. And then, what was cool with the WoW Pal is you actually eat the magma ball and you shoot all these magma balls out. You barf them all up and go, ah! And I think that was really cool how they did that. So I think that was a really cool idea. But overall, is he worth a Series 3 buy? I would say yes. He's been one of my favorites since the beginning of Skylanders. Very underrated until I got him upgraded with his, what do you call him, the Heroics. But now he is a brick powerhouse. Like, he's great. And this WoW Pal is really cool. I like it. I love the Flamethrower Breath. Honestly, Series 2 or 3 are both tremendous purchases, but 3 is just as good. It's not a waste of money like Trigger Appies or Sprocket's new ones that I talked about in the past. No offense, I really just think they're a waste of money. But so then, that being said, must buy. Next up, we've got Fryno. Crash and burn! This dude is awesome. Thank you so much, Activision, by the way, for sending him to me. Really thankful for that. So we've got the Brawler path. His fists get increase, and he gets this attack where he shoots like rapidly like this. But then, mind you, when you do that in PvP, it does run out. Like the attack runs out, and then his heat source completely depletes to 0. So then you got to smash the ground again to get him heated up again. But also with that, the very end, you get this ability where you get this like heated, like shield kind of thing, kind of like Blast Zone with the temperature rising path. You get this like heated, just energy all around you, and it burns your enemies. It's like a lava shield kind of thing, and it's really cool. It's very useful. I showed it in my PvP videos how useful it actually was as opposed to the other path. The other path is Fryno's Hot Shot path. I think this is a great one for story mode because it's a lot of fun. It's very playful. The motorbike itself is not bad when you get it for just with the Brawler path. It's still good. But with this one, you get to actually summon it right away. You don't have to wait, and also like you don't have to like be in your burn mode to summon it. You can also throw the motorcycle at people. That's where I feel it comes more into story mode because I tried it with PvP and it was very exhausting trying to have it land, and the damage alone was not enough to really make it worth it. So I feel Brawler Path is a must for him. Overall, yes, 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 yes. You must buy this guy. He is so fun. He's a tiny little package of fire and goodness, and I love that he's in like a motorcycle gang. The figure is just genius. He's a lot of fun. Both paths are a great time. Great purchase. You will get your money's worth, guaranteed. Alright, next we've got Series 2 Firebone Hot Dog. C-Spot Burn! So there we go. Alright, so we've got the Burning Bow Wow path, which I did the path guide for. Obviously I'm going to vouch for that right away. Because you get the combos. Your comics explode on impact, it says here, and then also you get the Charger Comet Slam, and it does like this huge meteorite like shower thing out of the flame inferno ball that you create in the air. Very useful. And then you have the Pyro Pooch path, which I think is very cool, but it's better for story mode because the enemies are stupid enough to just sit there and let the flame wall just slowly attack them like that. But the animation is beautiful. Like, it looks really cool, but like I said, it's not really a PvP kind of path. You can argue that with me, go for it. And then you get his WoW Pal, though, which I thought was going to be a nightmare, but it's actually really simplistic. He shoots a huge hornet, or flame bee out that then blows up into like 3 groups of bees, or 2 groups of bees that then swarm and attack you, which is pretty cool. But very easy to use. You charge the attack button for like a couple seconds, boom, you got it done. You can continuously use it over and over again. But overall, overall though, it was weird because it's like someone said in the comments, like, and this makes sense. Where the heck does the fire bone come in? Like, the whole reason why we kind of bought him. Why does a bone make any difference that he now can shoot bees out of his stomach in a larger quantity and size? Like, I don't understand that. But overall though, I mean, I think the Wow Pal is a really cool idea. So I would say he's not a must-buy, but I'd say he's a lot of fun, and you do get your money's worth. I enjoyed him. Cool looking figurine. Like, I love how his stance is now. The beautiful fire bone coming out of his mouth. Really nice. It's not as boring as him just sitting there like this. He's just really into it. So I'd say he's not a must-buy, but he's a lot of fun. You don't have to get him, but you can. And then, oh, we've got Smolderdash, a blaze of glory. Dude, alright, this is her regular figurine, not the light core. It's the light core I have her on the other path. So Smolderdash, this girl is awesome. So on the light core figurine, I have her on the sun forged path. That's where you get to use the huge sun attack. You smash it down, and eventually you're going to get a bunch of baby suns around that like come out. And then you get like this, what is it? You get to shoot the blazing suns at enemies, and then you strike the sun with a whip. And then it damages enemies and stuff. I don't know, I think, oh yeah, that's right, you get like the armor. I'm sorry, I just drew a blank there. I haven't played her in a while. You get the armor, that's right. The Sun Forged one, I believe, is better for story mode solely because no one's just going to sit there in PvP. I've had it happen. No one's really be dumb enough to just sit there and let you just conjure up that huge energy ball and just blow it up. It's great when it lands, but the odds of them actually being dumb enough to just let it happen is very minuscule. And then we've got the Sun Forger path, which is what this figurine's on. And this is where you get to shoot the sun into a giant sun. You get better critical hit. You also get to whip the sun like a big sun, and it blows up into like 3 baby suns. You can even do that in the Eclipse mode, which is so cool. And overall, though, Smolderdash, I'd say, is a must-buy. She's a lot of fun. Very playful concept. You're attacking suns, for Pete's sake. You literally get to whip them into shape. Pun intended. And the figurine's beautiful. Like, really, man. She's very unique, very fast. You use her soul gem over and over, which is in that golden mode. Take advantage of that. The Eclipse attacks do even more damage. She's great. The fire whip is just brutal. So, that's all I would say for her. Is she is definitely a must-buy. So let's see. Next up, we're going to cover... I did not forget about them. Hold on. There we go. We've got Sunburn. He is one of the first ever Skylanders. He was in the fire. And his 2 paths were, what was it? We've got the Blaze Dragon, which is where your flamethrower gets increased pretty much to the point where it becomes so powerful that you become inflamed in the actual, like encased in the actual flame. Become a fire phoenix, move around like this, and go. And honestly, I think that's the best path. I'm going to say it right now because the other one sucks for PvP. It's very annoying to use. And that is Flame Lord. That's where you increase your teleporting abilities. Very cool idea, poorly executed. It's very annoying to control. It's all over the place. You can see where I'm going to land if you're smart enough to see, oh, the fireballs are over this direction. He's going to land here. It's very easy to point out. But I think for story mode, it's a lot better. Flamethrower path is better for PvP, but it's a one-trick pony. That's the only problem. Is he's very boring to play. He needs more movesets, but they chose not to remake him, so we're stuck with what we got. Overall, I'd say in the past he was a must-buy because you couldn't jump, so you would just get burned alive. And the Soul Gem is great. You get that Phoenix Dash thing. I love that. It's a freebie kind of move, but I don't know. I like him. I think he definitely would be great for any Skylander collector. I don't think you have to have him now because the Fire is just killing it this year for Swap Wars. They're killing it. But, you know what? You'd have to get the level pack, though, too, if that's possible. I think you can get it at Toys R Us and stuff, but yeah, overall, I'd say Sunburn, just like Firebone Hot Dog, not a must-buy, but definitely a fun one to have in your collection. So then, next we've got Ignitor! The Flame Swordsman of Skylands! So, we've got the Soul of the Flame Path. which is where it increases his ability to actually shoot his soul out of his body, and he walks around as a little minion, which is pretty cool. And he gets all these new abilities, and then he can also shoot 2 flame mortars out at the same time when he does that, and then also shoot his little guy running around very fast. Or he can do Blade Master, which increases your blade like crazy. You get some serious damage, and you also get combos, mind you. And then with the Series 2 version of him, you also get, they give you a WoW Pal, and the WoW Pal has to do more with the actual flame. I believe it becomes Blue Flame. But overall, though, honestly, I still don't know which path is better. I like Blade Master because I love the pure brute strength of slicing the flame sword, and you get the combos, which is a huge bonus. But the Soul of the Flame, now with the Soul Gem, makes a lot more sense. So I'd like to know in the comments what you actually think of that, because I'm not like incredibly 100% sure. I'd say Blade Master, personally, for me at the moment, but I want to hear your comments on that. So let me know. Overall, though, I think he is definitely a must-buy, and especially if you can finally get the Soul Gem. They did it before, too. He gets, like, the shield, which protects his one weakness, which is his defense, which is, like... But, yeah, I think the Series 2 is beautiful-looking figurine, great gameplay. A lot of fun. You don't have to have him, but he is very powerful, mind you. He's very powerful. And finally, for regular Skylanders, we have one of my favorites, Series 2 Flameslinger. Let the flames begin! I think that's what he says. And so we've got the Marksman path for him, which is where he shoots 3 flame arrows at once, pretty much is what it focuses on. Your arrow rain becomes stronger as well, and the arrows explode. But then you've got the more interesting path, in my opinion, which is the Pyromancer path. Now, the Pyromancer path, they leave flame patches all over the ground when the arrows hit. You hold X to charge a flaming Inferno blast attack, release to fire, and then you can do your Supernova attack. That's one of the big ones, man, because with his Series 2, you can run around in a tiny baby circle and it still shoots that magnificent, huge explosion of fire. And it's so powerful you can use it over and over and over again. It's a little OP to my opinion. But because you think you have to go all the way around this big circle, no, I figured out if you go in a tiny little circle, you ignite the same exact thing. And you do it over and over. And his flame arrow rain is phenomenal because you get this huge range in the air. So while they're trying to dodge the air attack, you can shoot them from the ground. Like, it's great. And they leave trails of flame behind. But then also he can too, because of how fast he is. And that's where his WoW Pal comes in, is he gets a like extra boost of flame, which I think is kind of useless. I think they could have done more with him with that. But I want to know in the comments what you think of the WoW Pal, honestly, because I didn't like it that much. And I love Flameslinger. He's been one of my favorites since the games first started. But regardless, I would definitely say he's a must-buy because he's incredibly powerful. I was using him in story mode for Swap Force. He's great, man. He holds his own still, even though he's not a Swap Force guy. He really holds his own still. Those flame arrows are deadly. And of course, finally, one of my favorite giants. He might be my favorite if I remember correctly. We've got Hothead, the Fire Titan of Skylands. So, let's see. His paths are either Oil Baron, which allows you to do more of that like flame rain attack, and then also you can create explosions that then catch fire on enemies. Right there, enemies, great for story mode. And then also you get to charge that huge meteor attack and then throw it like the Spirit Bomb in Dragon Ball Z that Goku uses. It's kind of like that. And then you also have the Burninator path, my personal favorite. Your flamethrowers turn into like these huge squid and dragon looking hands, and they shoot humongous amounts of flame that are incredibly powerful. Your oil blobs do maximum damage, and the oil blobs turn into these fossilized monsters that come to life and follow the enemy around. You can't get more OP than that, because when they follow the enemy and hit them, you set them on fire, they're going to be set on fire for a short period of time, and it's great. And to top it off, my Soul Gem is that I can run in like a race car mode and be really fast. Like, I love how most of the giants have this ability to speed up, even though they're so slow. It's like their one big weakness. Like Swarm can fly, Hothead can turn into a car. Thumpback can do the jumping into the water slide thing. Eyebrow's got the eye that's ridiculously fast. Crusher can do the, he can disassemble into a bunch of boulders that are decent. T-Rex, the stamp attack. Bouncer is kind of already decent. He's not too fast, but he's decent. But I mean, just there's so many cool things that you can do with it. And overall, like every other giant, a must-buy, but this one especially, he is so overpowered. He's great. He's a cool-looking figurine. I was hesitant about him when I first saw him in the poster, but now that I actually got him finally, he is amazing. And I'd say Burninator Path all the way. So that, ladies and gentlemen, was the Skylanders Fire Element overall review and their paths. So thank you so much for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. God bless, and have a great day as always. Peace!